Assalamualaikum and good evening to Mr. Arshi. My name is Roslindah Binti Roslie and I will be the first presenter for this presentation. For this case study, we choose tourism tracer, and before I start the presentation, I would like to introduce my group members. The first one, we have Mohamad Jaimin bin Ahmad Nurul Izzannisa Binti Mohamad Awang, Nurul Farra Alisya Binti Rizwan, and the last one is me, Roslindah Binti Roslie. Tourism Tracer began in early 2016 as the Sensing Tourism Travel in Tasmania project founded under Tasty Initiative, a partnership between University of Tasmania, CSIRO and Tasmanian government, and also supported by Australian government. The purpose of Tourism Tracer is to track tourist movement in real time, understand travel patterns, and improve tourism planning and marketing strategy. For major milestone, data collection success by 2017. August 2017, the Tourism Tracer team has tracked and collected information from over 750 group of tourists that traveling into Tasmania using an app which contains GPS tracker. The next one is real-time tracking milestone. Since 2016, the Tourism Tracer has real-time GPS data for at least 1,000 tourists, while deploying pop-up survey to enrich the dataset for traveler insight. The next part will be presented by my group member.
Hello everyone, I am Nurul Farra Alisya, and now I am going to talk about the problem and opportunity identifications of Tourism Tracer. The first problem is privacy concerns. This is the problem where tourists are worried about being tracked. When a Tourism Tracer project tracks a person's location, it creates a digital record of their life. The record can show where a person lives and works and their daily routines, like when they leave home or when they visit a specific store. If this data is ever stolen or sold without permission, it can be used in a ways that the person never agreed to, which can lead to personal security risks. The second problem is technology limits. GPS has trouble working in some places because it needs a clear view of the sky to get a signal from satellites. This means that in a big city with tall buildings or inside places like museums, the signal can be weak or disappear completely. This can cause missing information about a tourist journey and sometimes record an inaccurate locations. This means the data is not always perfect, since sometimes it cannot capture the whole journey of where the tourist went. Now I'm going to talk about the opportunity. The first opportunity is improving destination management. Data from Tourism Tracer can give a clear picture of what's really happening in places or destinations. By seeing where people go and where places are too crowded, people can plan better. For example, if a waterfall is getting too many visitors, people can go to other places like where it is less crowded. This helps to spread out the crowds and make the whole place more enjoyable for everyone. The second opportunity is better marketing. Data from Tourism Tracer helps businesses create better products and advertisements. By seeing what activities different groups of people do, businesses can create trips and tours that are specialized based on the tourist likes and needs. For example, if the data shows that tourists from one country love local markets, hotel can offer special market rates. This makes tourists happier, helps local businesses, and makes the whole tourism industry works better. Now I am going to explain why this is significant to the industry. The first reason is because data-driven decisions. Using data from Tourism Tracer, the tourism industry can move away from guessing and start using facts. This allows for more efficient planning. For instance, instead of guessing where the nice places are to go, people can look at the data to see where a lot of people usually go. This will help them spend their time and money wisely and make the destinations a better place for everyone. The second reason is because to address over-tourism. The problem of over-tourism is very important because it can ruin a place for everyone. When a destination gets too crowded, it can damage important sites, make the experience less fun for visitors, and cause problems for local people. By using Tourism Tracer's data to manage crowds, the tourism industry can protect its most valuable places and make sure that the places stay beautiful as they already are. Moving on to the technological tools and platform. Tourism Tracer uses a mix of devices and software to track tourists and understand their behavior. As you can see, the first technological tool is GPS app. This is an app on a person's phone that acts like a smart map. This happens when a tourist starts a walk, they can turn on the app. The app uses the phone's GPS to draw a line on a map, showing the exact path the person walked. For example, All Trails app shows the path the tourists walk, and Live 360 will show the real destination of where the tourists are. The second platform is Surveys app. This is an app on a person's phone that asks questions. This app will send short questions to a tourist's phone at a specific moment. The feedback from the tourists makes it easy to understand what tourist preference and problem they have regarding the places that they go. For example, SurveyMonkey is an app for asking questions which businesses can use to ask tourists. Meanwhile, Google Form is a free tool to make questions, where it can be used to ask tourists about their trip and see the tourists' answer in a list. Now I'm going to talk about how these technological tools and platform, which is GPS app and survey apps, help to address the problem and opportunity. As I mentioned in the earlier slide, the first problem is privacy concerns. So, this app addresses the problem by being designed with privacy features. The user will be asked for their consents and the data will be anonymous. This means that a tourist's name and personal details will be removed and replaced with a random code. For instance, tourist hashtag 04 walk from the museum to the park. The second problem is technology limits. The apps work together to overcome each other's weaknesses. A GPS signal can't work inside a museum, so a survey app can help fix this problem by sending a question to the tourist's phone asking what the tourist does while they are inside. This will help to fill in the missing information from the GPS. Moving on to the opportunity, as I mentioned, the first opportunity is improving destination management. This app allows for more efficient planning and smart decisions. For example, the data from Tourism Tracer can be used to offer special discounts to tourists who visit the street or shop during slower hours like in the afternoon. The second opportunity is better marketing. The apps help businesses understand what different groups of people like, and the information can help businesses create special tours or products that people will love. For instance, if data shows that many guests love to have picnic nearby, the hotel can create a special picnic package to sell to new guests. This can make the guests happy and help the hotel make more money.
Now, let's move on to the impact assessment. But before I start my presentation, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Izzannisa Binti Awang Yuslee, and in this section, I will explain the short-term and long-term impacts of the Tourism Tracer app. The information I'm presenting is based on research by the University of Tasmania, which developed and studied this project. First, let's look at the short-term impacts on operation. To begin with, the University of Tasmania said that the Tourism Tracer app improved the efficiency of planning and infrastructure used in the short term. It also helps a tourism industry make quick decisions. For example, the university reported that the app collected data by tracking around 1,000 tourists using a special app and GPS as well as through survey research. Next, customer experience. These apps also enhance visitor engagement during and after their trip. According to the University of Tasmania, one way it does this is by providing travelers with a personalized travel map of their journey after the holiday. And the third, competitiveness. The data collected by the Tourism Tracer app is used to test effectiveness of marketing campaigns. The University of Tasmania highlights that this data allows stakeholders to identify more effective strategy to attract tourists to use this app. Now, let's move to the long-term impacts of the Tourism Tracer app. On operation, The University of Tasmania explained that this app contributes to tourism policy and strategy by providing data that has been integrated into destination management plans and road safety policy research. On customer experience, with good management and improvements, the app can make the tourist experience smoother and more satisfying. According to University of Tasmania, continuous enhancements also improve tourist safety and the quality of the overall experience. And last, competitiveness. This app helps improve the Tasmanian government reputation worldwide. The University of Tasmania also reports that this project achieved recognition with a merit award at the I Awards in 2016, which proves success. That's all for me.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is Mohamad Jaimin bin Ahmad Jais. Today, I will be explain the strength and weakness of the travel tourism treasure. According to the University of Tasmania 2018, I found three at the main strength and three main weaknesses that can be identified. Among the strength of tourism treasure are automatic data transmission, detailed data analysis capabilities, and automated questionnaires. Well, its weaknesses include privacy and ethical concern, technical issue in tracking, and dependence on tourists. For the first strength is automatic data transmission. Tourism Treasure has a system that allow for automatic data transmission. Data collected through tourism device will be sent directly to the database without the need for manual intervention. This method speeds up the data processing process, reduce the risk of information loss, and ensure accuracy. In this way, researcher and the tourism industry can obtain the latest information in real time for analysis and strategic planning purpose. For the second strategy is detailed data analysis capabilities. Tourism Treasure has very detailed data analysis capabilities. The data collected not only involves GPS location, like travel route, time spent at location, but is also combined with tourism demography information such as age, gender, country of origin, and purpose of visit. The combination allow researcher to understand tourist behavior pattern in depth, including their movement, lack of time in a destination, and their tendency to choose certain attraction. This information is very useful for government and tourism operator to assess visit pattern and plan tourism development strategy. For the third strength is automated questionnaires. Another strength is the presence of automated survey based on advanced geofencing. A geofence is a virtual boundary set in a specific area where survey will automatically appear when tourists enter the area. For example, when tourists in Playsinet National Park, they will be- they will receive survey related to their natural experience at the location. In addition, this system also automatically deliver entry, deliver entry survey and exit survey, making the data collection method more relevant, convenient, and timely. This increases the effectiveness of the study as tourists tend to provide feedback while their experience are still fresh. Now, I will be explain the weaknesses. For the first is privacy and ethical concern. Among weaknesses of tourism treasure is privacy and ethical issue. The abstract the exact location of tourists in real time and collect their demographic data. Although its primary purpose is for research, it is possible that tourists may feel uncomfortable or worry their personal data is being misused. Without assurance about data security and clarity about how the information is used, it can reduce tourists' trust and willingness to participate in the study. For the second weaknesses is technical issue in tracking is related to technical issue in tracking. The GPS function requires high battery power and this way cause the user smartphone to quickly run out of battery. In addition, this system also depends on the stability of internet coverage. In rural and or remote area with weak network, data may not be recorded and transmitted properly. This situation can reduce the quality and accuracy of the information received by researcher. For the third weaknesses is dependence on tourists. Tourism culture relies heavily on tourist willingness. The system only works if tourists download the apps and give the permission for their location to be tracked. If tourists refuse to download or do not want to give permission, data cannot be collected. This reliance on tourist cooperation can limit the amount of the data collected and affect the true representation of the study result. Now, I will be explain the addition strategy that could have been implemented. For the first one is collaboration with industry. Collaborating with industry players such as hotel, restaurant, and travel agency is an important strategy to increase apps users. Through this collaboration, apps can be promoted directly to customers who are traveling, thus expanding user rates. In addition, the use of a public-private partnership model with state government also provide broader support of as it adds credibility, strengthen user confidence, and facilitates the integration of apps into the local tourist ecosystem. But the second addition strategy is tourist engagement incentive. Tourist engagement incentive can be appeal into introduce specific reward to encourage tourists to use the apps. For example, users who agree to allow their data to be recorded can receive restaurant discount coupon, discounted entrance ticket to tourist attraction, or small gift in the form of souvenir. In this way, tourists are more motivated to participate because they get add value for the corporation. This strategy directly help to overcome the disadvantage of relying of tourist concern, as the incentive provide make them more willing to use the apps and share data.
For industry lessons, the first one is privacy and ethical consideration. Organizations need to balance gathering valuable market insight from tracking technology with respecting tourist privacy rights. The second one is real-time data utilization. Tourism tracer real-time tracking and dashboard visualization provide actionable insight that can help businesses and destination manage tourism flows, avoid overcrowding, and enhance experience. And the last one is enhancing visitor experience and safety. By offering dynamic alert and suggestions such as parking availability and safer travel routes, tourism tracer can improve visitor convenience and protect local environment and wildlife.
In short, tourism culture proves that the combination of GPS technology, demographic data analysis, and mobile application can bring about a major change in the tourism industry. Tourism Treasure also enables better marketing. These have these apps help businesses understand what different group of people like. However, tourism treasure is not always positive. Po- Positive privacy concerns such as tracking the exact location of tourists in real time have caused tourists to feel uncomfortable or worry that their personal data is being misused. Overall, tourism treasure is good for tourist planning and is important example for another organization to balance technological innovation. That's all from us. Thank you.